Meantime, the New York Times is reporting that the Joint Tax Committee concludes that your bill will provide about $157 billion in tax cuts to people with incomes over $1 million in the next 10 years. Yet, older Americans, middle-income Americans, are going to be paying more for their insurance. How is that fair?
Look, we promised to repeal the taxes for Obamacare. That's what the bill does. I think we should focus more on the benefits that folks are going to get from the improved health care, the affordable health care, not just affordable health coverage, that this new level of protection, this new bill would provide.
But they're pointing out that older Americans, especially those from the ages of 55 to 64, are going to be paying more because insurance companies will be able to charge them more.
And I seriously doubt that any of those analyses take into consideration the fact the use of HSAs, health savings accounts, the lower premiums that come from competition. These are a group of listen, everybody's got skin in this game, right? Everybody has an interested party, and they're trying to protect their own. What we're trying to do is make things better for as many people as we possibly can, and right now the bill's doing exactly that.
But the burden may be falling hardest on older middle-income Americans, and your critics are saying this is a massive transfer of wealth from lower-income Americans to upper-income Americans when you combine the tax cuts with the loss in subsidies for middle-income Americans.
Well, I'm not sure where they're getting that. A massive transfer of wealth. George, what we're doing is making sure that the truly indigent still have care. Medicaid is still there. In fact, we think it's going to be even better. The people who are just above Medicaid but still have difficulty buying their own premiums will not only have the refundable tax credit, but they'll have the ability to use HSAs to pay for their health care on a tax-advantaged basis, just like you and I get. So I don't understand the criticisms lobbed in that fashion. The bill actually helps a great many people and helps them get something they need, which is health care, not health coverage.
Millions are going to be paying more, and the wealthy are going to be getting a tax. But let me move on now to the State of the Union. And the President...
George, I'm sorry. I won't let you move on from that. I mean, you're taking that as if it's gospel truth. That's the argument of a group of people who don't like the bill. So we repeal the taxes in Obamacare. It's what the Republicans have done from the very beginning. The fact that certain groups will pay less tax is not central to the issue. We've done this in a fashion that allows the people who cannot afford health care now to get it. I don't know why some people are so dead set against other people benefiting at the same time.
But those who are getting, those who are getting subsidies right now, they're going to be getting fewer. The tax credit is going to be worth less than the subsidies, and insurance companies are going to be free under your bill to charge older Americans more.
And you're falling into the exact same trap I talked about at the opening of this segment. You're worried about giving people coverage, and it's almost as if
the president said he wanted everyone covered, sir. The president said that.
He wants everybody to get care.
That's not what he said. The president said he wants everyone covered.
What people want is to get care. People want, when they get sick, they want to be able to afford to go to the doctor. And that's where Obamacare has failed them several times over. I had it, George. I know. I've lived through this firsthand. You didn't have Obamacare. I did. $12,000, $15,000 of deductible for my family. Luckily, we could afford it. The people making much less than I did had that exact same plan. Yes, they got a subsidy in order to buy that plan, but they didn't get a subsidy on their deductible. They could not afford to go to the doctor. That was a broken system. That was one of the many, many reasons that Obamacare was failing, and people are begging us to replace it, and that's exactly what we're going to do.